Let's talk about something every single driver feels. I mean, that sting of rising fuel costs, right? It's a pain. But what if I told you that you have way more power to fight back than you probably think? In this explainer, we're going to uncover the simple secrets to saving fuel and, of course, saving your money.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. You're standing at the pump just watching those numbers climb higher and higher and higher. It feels like this totally unpredictable and honestly frustrating cost of owning a car. But the good news? It doesn't have to be.
And here's the key idea. While you and I can't control global oil prices, we have a surprising amount of control over how much fuel our car actually burns. And this whole explainer? It's all about giving you the tools to take back that control. So, what's the single biggest factor in all of this? It's not some fancy gadget. It's not an expensive upgrade. It's you. How you drive is the #1 thing that determines your fuel economy. Period.
Think of it like this. Aggressive driving, flooring it from a green light, slamming on the brakes, speeding everywhere, it's basically the same as just setting your money on fire. Every single time you hard brake, you're taking all that forward momentum, which you paid for with fuel, and turning it directly into wasted heat. Smooth driving, on the other hand, is all about saving that energy.
Okay, so let's get practical. On the highway, just lock in your speed with cruise control. And remember, your car's efficiency just plummets once you go above 50 miles per hour. If you're stuck in traffic or at a super long light and you're going to be stopped for more than a minute, just turn the engine off. Idling is literally a 0 miles per gallon activity. And, most importantly, look ahead. See that red light coming up? Ease off the gas and just coast. Every second you're not pushing that accelerator, you're saving fuel.
Okay, so once you've started mastering your driving habits, the next step is making sure your car is actually set up for success. You can think of this as a simple, high-impact efficiency checklist.
These 5 areas right here are like your pre-flight check for fuel savings. Each one affects how much energy your car needs to just move down the road. Everything from the friction of your tires to the air it has to push through. Let's dig into a couple of the most impactful ones.
Now here's a number that should really grab your attention. Up to 3%. That's how much you can boost your fuel economy just by keeping your tires properly inflated. Why? Well, underinflated tires create more friction, more drag on the road, and that forces your engine to work harder. This is like getting a discount on every single tank of gas, just for using a tire gauge. It's a no-brainer.
And this is a perfect example of why maintenance is an investment, not just an expense. A dirty, clogged air filter makes your engine struggle for air. It's like trying to run a marathon while breathing through a tiny straw. It has to burn more fuel to get the same amount of power. A clean filter lets it breathe easy and run the way it's supposed to, efficiently.
Okay, so you're driving smoothly, your car is well-maintained, and now you pull up to the pump and face a whole new set of questions. Let's bust some of the most common myths right now.
This is the big one, isn't it? We all see the numbers, 87, 91, 93, but what do they actually mean? And more importantly, are you wasting your money by choosing the wrong one?
So what is octane? Really, it's just a measure of how well a fuel resists igniting too early in your engine. That early ignition can cause a damaging knock. Now, high-performance engines, they require that high-octane premium fuel to run properly. But here's the big myth buster. If your car is designed for regular gas, putting premium in it does absolutely nothing. No extra power, no better mileage. You're just paying more for something your engine can't even use. The golden rule is simple. Use whatever your owner's manual says to use.
You've probably seen those little stickers at the pump talking about ethanol, right? Things like E10 or E15. Is this something you need to be worried about? Well, for most of us, the answer is no. It's not a big concern. E10 is pretty much standard now, and it's safe for almost any modern car. E15 is fine for vehicles from 2001 or newer. But the one you absolutely have to watch out for is E85. Because it's 85% ethanol, it can cause some serious damage to a standard engine. It's only for specifically designed flex fuel vehicles. And like always, if you're not sure, your owner's manual has the final word.
All right, you've totally mastered the basics. Now let's level up with a few advanced strategies that the most efficient drivers out there use to squeeze every last mile out of a gallon of gas.
You might have heard this term hypermiling before. It sounds a little extreme, I know, but at its core, it's really just about being a super mindful and highly efficient driver. It's about squeezing every last drop of performance out of the fuel you already bought.
And this is a really crucial distinction we have to make. There's smart hypermiling, and then there's just plain reckless hypermiling. Smart techniques are everything we've been talking about, driving smoothly, anticipating traffic. But the unsafe stuff, like tailgating trucks or shutting off your engine while you're moving, that's incredibly dangerous. It is never, ever worth the risk.
But the reward for doing it the right way? It is huge. By consistently applying these safe, mindful techniques, drivers can save a massive 20 to 40% on fuel. I'm serious, that's not a typo. That's the power of changing your whole approach to driving.
You know, a huge part of this is just planning. A warm engine is way more efficient than a cold one. So, bunching all your errands into one longer trip is so much better than making several short, cold start trips. Use your map apps to dodge traffic jams, because stop-and-go driving is an absolute fuel killer. And you know, sometimes it's the simplest things that make a real difference. After you fill up, just make sure you hear that click. A loose gas cap actually lets fuel evaporate right out of your tank. It's literally money vanishing into thin air.
So let's talk about that start-stop technology that's in a lot of new cars. Does it actually work? Absolutely. Just look at this chart. On the highway where you're not really stopping, the benefit is minimal. But in mixed driving, and especially in city driving where you're constantly idling at lights, it makes a huge difference. We're talking 3 to 10% on fuel savings just by cutting out that weight.
So, as we start to wrap this up, just remember you don't have to do everything perfectly overnight. The goal here is progress, not perfection. Every little change you make really starts to compound over time.
So, what are the key takeaways from all this? Well, it kind of boils down to this. First, you are in control. Your driving style is the biggest factor. Second, your car's simple needs, like tire pressure and extra weight, are direct opportunities to save real money. And finally, being smart at the pump and before you even leave the driveway prevents a ton of pointless waste.
It all adds up to putting more money back in your pocket and reducing your impact on the planet. So, on your very next drive, what's it going to be? Will you check your tires, clear out the trunk, or maybe just focus on being a little smoother on the accelerator? Which one of these strategies will you try first?
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.